emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to the Final Order Report, your last chance to get in on upcoming comics before they head to print, and the print runs are locked in. I'm Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting on the first Wednesday of September. I guess now it'd be the second Wednesday of September. That's September 10th. And what you need to pre-order by Monday at noon, that's October 18th, is the final order cutoff. These titles ship out for release starting Wednesday, September 10th. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. Let me take you over to the full screen. Once you sign in to Comichub, you'll see the orange banner. Behind that is everything that is in store for you currently, assigned to your account and waiting for you to pay for and pick up or have us ship out. Behind the green banner is all the carousels we will be looking at today. And those include a search for all items, a search for items with preview pages, search for arriving soon. That's everything on our invoice for debut this Wednesday, August 20th. Yeah. Below that we have search orders due Sunday. That's Last Call. That's the one we will be using today. But below that is the final search, and that is for all related events. That's crossover things that relate to each other that are not in a particular series. The Comichub crew has been working hard to put all that together for you. Let's cruise on over to the orders due Sunday Last Call Carousel. Once you get in there, you scroll top to bottom. At the top, you also have alphanumeric filters to get right directly to the titles you're interested in. And you can also use the drop-down menus for publisher, category, brand, etc. All right, now that I've shown you around, let's just jump into the first item to show you today, and that is Final Order Report for all the small press comics. And we will start with Toxic Avenger Comics, number 3 from Ahoy Comics. All these small press comics will be on FOC this weekend for shipping in the very near future. This will be on the shelves September 17th with this amazing Fred Harper cover. This is written by Matt Bors. They Choose Violence is back with its penultimate issue from Sheldon Allen, Maurizio Campatella, and Danielle Caramonica. Don't forget your briefcase, number 3 of 5, scheduled for September 11th. And Gotcha Man, number 12, from Mad Cave Studios, Cullen Bunn, Chris Batista, and Inaki Miranda on cover. Also from Mad Cave, the debut of It Killed Everyone But Me. This new series is set in the summer of 1996. Sutton Reed had it all. A popular teenage girl with amazing friends, a loving future, and a loving family, and a bright future. But it all came crashing down over one mysterious weekend that saw her friends brutally murdered and left Sutton as the sole survivor. Maybe I should do that. And left Sutton as the sole survivor of the legendary Riverton Massacre. Now, 3 decades later, the death and disappearance of 2 local teens strike the Riverton community again, forcing Sutton, now a divorced single mother, to face the truth she tried so desperately hard to hide from writer Ryan Parrott and artist Letizia Cadanici with this Trevor Henderson cover on B and an A cover from Jorge Corona from Mad Cave Studios. It killed everyone but me. Also from Mad Cave Studios, we get the debut of the spin-off from the new Speed Racer series. This is Racer X, an exciting new miniseries that ties into Mad Cave Studios' hit Speed Racer series. Before he was Racer X, Rex Racer was a rising star until the racing world chewed him up and left him for dead. Now masked, scarred, and driving for vengeance. He's back on the circuit with one goal: protect his brother, take down the syndicate, and outrun his past. That was 3 goals. It's Racer X #1, written by Mark Russell, with interior art by Nuno Platti, and this very swell cover by Francesco Tomaselli on A. Oops, pardon me. A B cover from David Lafuente. And Takeshi Miyazawa on cover C. Racer X #1, set to debut on September 10th from Mad Cave Studios. From new publisher AMP, this is Dusk, #1 of 4 from Elizabeth Little, Alex Segura, and David Hahn. Also continuing from AMP, this is Lovestruck #3. And Stake presents Jessamy. This is a local comic shop day variant for the first issue of 3 from David Byrne, Francesco Fantini, and a cover by Kiss Kiss. That's right, a cover by Kiss Kiss. Also from Antarctic Press, we have Innkeeper #1. This is the B cover, a lunar exclusive variant with art by interior artist and writer Naberna. EC Blood Type #4 from Oni Studios, Oni Press, set to debut on September 10th with this cover by Miguel Mercado. Rick and Morty versus the Universe, Beth Till Death. This is a one-shot extravaganza. Mad with power. Co-writers Daniel Kibblesmith and Jake Black join totally run amok artist Susie Blake for the next seismic special, tying together Rick and Morty's first ever summer event. Drops on September 10th from Oni Press. This is from Paper Cuts. This is a cool local comic shop day special. This is Hero and Kid. They return. Tyler discovers a special comic he's been searching for. Unable to pay for it, he instead creates his own comic about Hero Bear and trades it with the store owner, who is surprised to get it signed and delivered by the actual real-life Hero Bear. From artist extraordinaire Mike Kunkel from Paper Cuts, Hero Bear and the Kid. Okay, a couple more things from, let's see, we got something from Strangers Press. This is Fortress #2 from Joel Vandernap. The #1 came out a couple of weeks ago, blew out real quick. Make sure you get your orders in for #2, set for September 10th on sale. Ooh, and we got the next new issue of Conan the Barbarian from Jim Zub and Fernando Dadnino in interiors. Get this cover B from Luke Eidenschink. Pretty cool. I love that line work. Very nice. Release date is September 10th from Titan Publishing. All right, then let's move on up a step to the mid-level publishers. We got some stuff from Boom in their collaboration with IDW. It continues with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 3, Number 2, from Ryan Parrott, Vincenzo Federici, and artist Alessio Zono on the cover art. Something is Killing the Children, number 4, is set for delivery on August 6th. This book has gone to special order only. I haven't been selling copies off the shelf lately, but if you're interested in any of the issues here today, or this really swell James Stokoe cover, get your orders in by Monday at noon. And finally, from Boom Studios, we got Wind, The Power of the Blood. This is the thrilling final chapter of Wind, and it may be the final issue of the final chapter, set for September 24th. Moving on over to Dark Horse Comics, we've got the second issue of Archie vs. Minor Threats from Patton Oswalt, Scott Koblish, and Scott Koblish on this cover. And look, James Stokoe is back on the interiors of a book. We get the next volume of Orphan and the 5 Beasts. This is a 4-issue series of a returning kung fu epic from James Stokoe, the creator behind Orkstain, Aliens Dead Orbit, and of course, Godzilla Half-Century War. Orphan Mo is back after having dispatched 2 of the 5 beasts tasked to her by her late master. The hunt begins for the 3rd, but Mo isn't the only one following the trail, as a whole new cast of eccentric and dangerous players arrive to join the fray. James Stokoe's take on the Shaw Brothers Kung Fu classic continues with this new volume, The 5 Beasts Bathe in Blood. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we get the second issue of Quick Stops Volume 3. First issue just came out this last week and was a great single issue comic. This very special issue of Quick Stops is penned by Kevin Smith himself and is a touching tribute to friend, collaborator, early architect of the Eskuniverse and the main reason the Mallrats exist, the incomparable Shannon Doherty. Join us as we honor our friend and co-star with 2 stories, one from Shannon's immaculate sense of humor and the other a requiem for her character in Mallrats, Renee. It's part of a 4-issue series with interior art and this cover by Ryan Gaja. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is back with a new volume entitled The Sword of Flaws. This new series is, a legion of heroic warriors protects the magical realm known as Eternia. They are led by Tila, captain of the Royal Guard, man-at-arms, weapons master and combat instructor, and the powerful and heroic He-Man. Okay, we knew that. This new volume is written by Tim Seeley with art by Freddie Williams, who did this A cover. We got a B cover from Tim Seeley. And it drops on September 24th. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, The Sword of Flaws. That's pretty cool. Cool Skeletor. Yeah. Vampirella number 5 is on FOC this week. The only cover I've seen visible so far is this cover O, an ultraviolet incentive variant of the Lucio Perillo cover. That's what it will look like once they get that art up to the Comic Hub guys, so that can get posted. Keep an eye out for that. Dynamite, however, is debuting this new volume of Blue Falcon and Dynamite, secure in their luxurious penthouse high above the downtown streets. Wealthy inventor and art collector Radley Crown and his faithful canine companion enjoyed a charmed existence until the fateful day a vicious gang of thugs shattered his complacency. In the aftermath of the vicious attack, Crown focused his incredible technical skills to rebuild both himself and his four-legged companion into the ultimate instruments of retribution, the Blue Falcon and Dynamite Dog Wonder. In this all-new take on the classic Hanna-Barbera cartoon, legendary comic author Jimmy Palmiotti is joined by Pasquale Quilano, and they bring to life a dark tale of justice, with covers by Lucio Perillo, Amanda Connor. Really? That's awesome. Got that Joseph Michael Linsner cover. Good dog. Good boy. Francesco Mattina and Lucio Perillo on this A cover. This is Blue Falcon and Dynamite, set to debut on September 10th. You can get your orders in for any of these fine covers through Comichub. Beneath the trees where nobody sees, the Rite of Spring. The new volume continues with issue 3 from Patrick Horvath. Monster High World Scare number 2 with this cover by Lisa Sterl. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures continued. This is issue number 29 with a B cover by Sjogren. This is a pretty fun cover. I like it. Nice. And also from IDW, we get Valiant Beyond Bloodshot number 2. It just debuted this last week. Number 1 did, with writer Mauro Mantella and interior art by Fernando Hines Furukawa. Number 2 has this Glenn Fabry cover on A. And debuting from IDW on FOC this week is the brand new series. It is Star Trek: The Last Starship. The Federation has fallen. Hope is fading. One last starship remains to fight for the future, unless a resurrected James T. Kirk dooms it first. Fresh off the run, Screen Rant calls one of the greatest eras in the history of Star Trek comics. Writers Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, along with rising star and artist Adrian Bonilla, now bring you a new mission, the likes of which comics have never seen before. For 7 centuries, the United Federation of Planets brought together the entire galaxy with peace, stability, enlightenment, and the promise of mutual protection. And then in one terrible moment, it all crumbled in an event known as the Burn, a galaxy-wide disastrous event in which dilithium has gone inert, causing the detonation of every active warp core. The only ship remaining is the hack-and-slash Enterprise Omega and its ragtag crew. From writers Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, artist Adrian Bonilla, and we got a cover by Francesco Francavilla. This drops on September 24th with a B cover by Skylar Patridge. A Michael Cho cover, very nice. Blank sketch variant, and a local comic shop day variant by Malachi Ward. This is Star Trek: The Last Starship number 1. I might add that this is also edited by group editor and Heather, and friend of the store, Heather Antos. We're really looking forward to a big event with this new Star Trek series, and we wish them a lot of success with it. IDW also debuts this new series, Return to the Light. This is a new series called The Twilight Zone. Starting off with number 1, Return to the Twilight Zone, in this all-new anthology series featuring stories by some of the best creators in comics today. Each issue is a new tale in the vein of the iconic original television series that's captivated audiences for over 60 years. And like the show, these stories will be revealed in terrifying black and white. This issue includes Dan Waters, Morgan Beam, and a bunch of other folks. I think they're doing full issues. Okay, so this is a full issue anthology. Gotcha. We got real swell covers, one by interior artist Morgan Beam, Francesco Francavilla, and Martin Simmons. That's Twilight Zone number 1, set to debut on September 24th. That does it for our look at the small press. Let's move on over to Image Comics. We'll do it here. And the first thing on Image Comics FOC list this week is Blood and Thunder number 5 from Benito Cereno, Missy M. Sassy K, EJ Sue. Lots of fun. Enjoy this series. Blood Squad 7 number 10, scheduled for September 10th release, has this B cover from Jim Rugg. Look at all those teeth. That's a true Image comic right there. Watch out, folks. It's got extreme violence. It's got so much violence you can't even fit it on the screen. Department of Truth number 0. It celebrates its 5th anniversary with an extra length 0 issue. A new day has dawned at the Department of Truth. Lee Harvey Oswald and his ruthless new recruits are ready to do whatever it takes to make the agency great again. Let's see. Celebrated guest writer Scott Snyder is joined by acclaimed artist Joshua Hickson to tell the secret history of Elvis in the first of a 3-part backup story. Department of Truth number 0 from James Tynion, Martin Simmons, Scott Snyder, and Joshua Hickson. Martin Simmons on this A cover. Farmhand number 25. Thorn collides with the remnants of the Jenkins family, and not everyone will make it out alive. Hurtling towards its epic finale, it's Farmhand 25. Farrell is back with number 16. And this B cover by Forstner and Fleeks. What a classic cover this is. Free Planet number 5 from Aubrey Sitterson, Jed Doherty. A 5th printing of G.I. Joe number 1 with this cover by Esad Ribic. King Spawn number 49. Ooh, we almost got a big anniversary here with this cover by Don Aguilo. Radiant Black number 37. Oh, that's a new storyline. If you want to jump on, get those orders in. Look, it's the Bean. Red Coat number 14 has this B cover from Kyle Hotz and Dan Brown. Spawn 368, breaking a record with every issue. Todd McFarlane, Brett Booth, Kale new cover. Transformers number 2 gets a 9th printing. Wow, it's almost 2 years old, this book. New cover by Daniel Warren Johnson. Sure. Speaking of Daniel Warren Johnson, Transformers 24 is the end of the story arc and the end of Daniel Warren Johnson's run on Transformers. Optimus Prime versus Megatron. This is it. And the new era of Transformers begins with the most shocking ending to any comic book this year. September 10th from Image Comics. The Unchosen number 3 from David Marquez. And Image Comics debuting this brand new series for fans of Invincible Universe. Battle Beast comes your new favorite series. The dream team of Robert Kirkman and superstar artist David Finch present a visionary action epic unlike anything you've ever seen. I'm lost again. Unlike anything you've ever seen, Enor has led his tribe for many, many years. But his time as chieftain is coming to an end. He wields the mighty Skinbreaker, but at his age, he can barely lift it. Will Enor's reluctant heir, Enoch, take over before the world falls to ruin? As a bloody power struggle begins, an even bigger threat lurks in the darkness beyond their village. Skinbreaker tells a story of a people on the verge of collapse and their fight for survival as the many threats that face close in for the kill. It's a new series from Robert Kirkman and artist David Finch. Skinbreaker number 1 debuts on September 24th with this A cover by David Finch, a portrait variant by David Finch, I should say a white blank sketch variant. Got this die cut foil mask variant. I guess that's a interesting. And they also are offering a treasury edition. This is going to be traditional treasury size, which I think is like 14 by 10. Seems right. This is 32 pages for $14.99, but the regular issue comes in at $4.99. That will drop on September 24th from Robert Kirkman and David Finch. Skinbreaker. All right. Then we got DC Comics coming up here. Let's kick off DC Comics with yeah, I suppose we could do it like this. It's Absolute Batman number 12. Bane presses the attack with this cover by Nick Dragotta. Batman's joined by his new friend. Action Comics 1090 with Mark Waid and Skylar Patridge in this Ryan Sook cover. They are also debuting this corner box variant with with the art by Dan Mora. Aquaman number 9 returns to the Justice League from Jeremy Adams and John Timms. Batman and Robin number 25 drops on September 10th with this anniversary issue. It's also a brand new adventure, a brand new Robin costume, and the new arc begins here from Philip Kennedy Johnson and Fico Osio. Batman Dark Patterns number 10. The final Dark Patterns case begins as Gotham burns. Dan Waters, Hayden Sherman cover. Batman Gotham by Gaslight number 3 of a 6-issue miniseries scheduled for September 10th. Leandro Fernandez cover. And DC vs. Vampires World War V or 5 has a epic conclusion in this 12th of 12 issues from Matthew Rosenberg and Otto Schmidt. DC Work in Progress, the big giant oversized artist edition line continues with Absolute Batman number 1, the fantastic debut issue from Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta, featuring fully black and white line work from Nick Dragotta. Fire and Ice continues when Hell Freezes Over number 6 of 6 with this Terry Dodson cover. Green Lantern Corps, A Race Against the Sun Eaters, Part 4 of the Starbreaker Supremacy. This is number 8, drops on September 10th. And the New History of the DC Universe, number 3, set to debut on September 10th, with this cover by Chris Samney, which we will assume will be colored. Supergirl returns with number 5 from Sophie Campbell. Also has a Dan Mora corner box variant. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum continues with number 2 of this 5-issue miniseries from Ice Cream Man creative team W. Maxwell Prince and art by Martin Marazzo, who did this A cover. Trinity, the daughter of Wonder Woman, continues with 4 of 6 on September 10th. And we get a debut of a new series by superstar writer Tom Taylor. We get Children of the Round Table, or Court for short. An all-new take on the legend of Camelot. For centuries, an elite force known as the Camelot Corps has protected ancient secrets, waiting for the day when these myths are needed by the world. That day is today. Young Fell, Connor, and their friends are stunned when they're almost crushed by a giant stone falling from the sky. Their lives are changed forever when they find a sword stuck fast in the stone. These children of destiny will soon face a great evil, but they won't do so alone. From writer Tom Taylor and interior artist Danielle Dinaculo, who did this A cover. Get a B cover from Darko Lafuente that looks a lot like Dustin Nguyen. A C cover from Nicoletta Baldari. All for Court, Children of the Round Table from Tom Taylor, Danielle Dinaculo. Debuting on September 10th from DC Comics. And in our final debut... No, we got one more debut after this one. Ooh, we get the Batman Second Night new miniseries. This is the second volume from Dan Jurgens and Mike Perkins. The year is 1940. Most of the Western world is embroiled in a war against a fascist regime whose march across Europe shows no sign of defeat. With the specter of global war looming, it's a time of fear and paranoia for those living in Gotham. Let's see, Dan Jurgens and artist Mike Perkins return with the second volume with covers by Mike Perkins, Mark Aspinall, Fabrizio Di Tommaso, all for the Batman Second Night. This is in the Black Label Prestige format, 48 pages for $6.99. Drops on September 17th. Ooh, and a big debut from DC Comics. Erupting from the events of Hush comes DC's first ever in continuity mature readers ongoing Red Hood series. Jason Todd has left Gotham and Batman behind him. All he's taken with him is his costume, his bike, and a metal briefcase containing 2 handguns and lots of bullets. New Angelique seems like the perfect place for Red Hood to put down roots. There's crime, vice, and corruption everywhere. When Jason discovers a superpowered serial killer who is targeting the city's police, he finds himself sucked into a terrible and bleak conspiracy with seemingly no end in sight. From writer Gretchen Felker Martin and artist Jeff Spokes. I've been waiting for this breakout book for Jeff Spokes, who did this A cover. Red Hood number 1 drops on September 10th. 32 pages for $4.99. The cardstock covers go up to $5.99. This Jay Lee variant. Kyung Eom on a foil variant for $7.99. All for Red Hood #1. Keep in mind there's a couple more covers that we're waiting for art to appear. Like Jim Lee, a Brian Bolland cover, a Gabriel Del Otto, and for some reason we don't have art yet for a blank cardstock variant. However, you're welcome to order any of these fine books through Comichub. Red Hood #1 debuts on September 10th, and you can have your copy set aside and waiting for you. All right, that does it for DC Comics for this week. Next up on Final Order Report is our report on Marvel Comics on FOC. And we'll start off with Amazing Spider-Man #12. This next regular issue is written by Joe Kelly, has interior art by Ed McGuinness, and we've got this Amazing Visions variant by Lee Bermejo. I'm guessing this is a new theme that they're starting up with variants, but Lee Bermejo kind of rocks right now, and I figured I'd show it off. It looks cool. Oh, he's gonna get a face full of webs. Captain America #2 gets a second printing with this recolored Ben Harvey cover. Deadpool Wolverine #9 for Ben Percy, Robert Gill. Fantastic Four #3 is back, and it's got all kinds of cool variants, including this Tran Wen variant that I thought was pretty. Incredible Hulk #29 with the Mother of Horrors. Cool. Magic #10 returns Ashley Allen, German Peralta, Pablo Villalobos cover. Marvel Rivals #1 gets a third printing. I just sold out on this. That's I just sold out on the second print. Yeah, that's perfect. Miles Morales returns with #38, a Black Cat in Brooklyn. Uh-oh, what are you doing? He's a youngin'. Black Cat's in Brooklyn to catch a couple of super thieves. Spider-Man will need a thief. The Black Cat. What? This doesn't make any sense. We got a cover by Federico Vincentini. Drops on September 17th. New Avengers is back with #4 on September 17th, and they've got this sweet cover by Stefan Segovia and the Killuminati. Like Big Nose Fake Reed. And Hulk Black Bolt. Phoenix #15 with this Lucas Vernick cover I thought was pretty swell. She's got a really bad migraine. Yeah. Predator kills the Marvel Universe #2. This is out of continuity, which means nobody's safe. Predator killed a bunch of Marvel superheroes in the first issue, and he's got lots more. They've got a lot more. There's a lot of Predators now, not just one. Continuing the epic Predator kills line in the Marvel Universe. Now he's killing the whole universe, folks. Ben Percy, Marcelo Ferreira, and Lionel Yu on the cover. Runaways #4, crossing over with One World Under Doom. Star Wars #5 with this Alan Qua variant, which I thought was pretty cool. Lopping robots' heads. Ultimate Black Panther #20, Brian Hill, Carlos Nieto, and Stefano Caselli on cover. Ultimate Spider-Man #19 gets a second printing with this Marco Cicchetto cover. Ultimates 16, From the Skies to the Streets, the new Ultimates. Dennis Camp, Juan Frigeri, Dyke Ruin cover. Uncanny X-Men #21. Gail Simone, Luciano Vecchio, and David Marquez cover. We also get a new Timeless variant by Alex Ross. And Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck #2, Jason Aaron, Ario Anindito and Gabriel Dell'Otto on cover. And we get a miniseries debut from Star Wars Boba Fett. This is Black, White, and Red. Yep. I think these are all one-issue stories in an anthology format. This full issue is written by Ben Percy with interior art by Chris Allen, Alex Maleev on The Impossible Job. Boba Fett finds himself trapped in a situation he seemingly can't get out of. The Empire and an extreme rebel faction are among the same bounty. Fett needs to track down a deadly individual who's been playing both sides, and to make things even more impossible, his target is hiding out in a volatile volcanic system. We got this Alex Maleev cover on A, Jose Maria Casanovas on B, Kari Andrews variant, that's very nice. All for Star Wars Boba Fett Black, White, and Red #1, debuting on September 17th from Marvel Comics. And finally, I think this is the last thing from Marvel this week. Yes, it is. It is the Venom anniversary issue, Legacy number 250, from series writer Al Ewing and artist Terry Dodson. We get the return of Null. Venom and Mary Jane Watson are stuck with each other, and life just isn't letting up. But at least things can't get worse, can they? While the hits keep coming on Earth, the cult of the Void gathers in the depths of space, and only one Skrull soldier knows the terrible secret. Null has returned, and nowhere in the galaxy is safe. Join us as Venom celebrates its Legacy 250th issue from writer Al Ewing, interior artist Terry Dodson, and an A cover by Ryan Stegman. Got this artist variant by Peach Momoko. We got this black blank variant. Carlos Gomez and Jiang Li on Venom number 250 Legacy Anniversary Jib Jab October 1st. Yeah. 56 pages for $7.99. And that, folks, does it for Marvel Comics. And before I let you go, I just want to tell you about some upcoming events that we have happening at and around Green Brain Comics. I could do it here. Nope, that's not it. I'll do it there, and then it'll disappear. All right, first off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to Downey Brewing Company this last Friday, August 8th, for our bi-monthly drink and draw. This was hosted at Downey Brewing Company, downeybrewingcompany.com, 13121 Prospect in Dearborn. Co-hosted by our pals at Blick Art Materials. Had a great time. A little toasty in there, but great times, great friends, and great drinks. Join us again in October for another East Dearborn Drink and Draw. And coming up this Monday, a live program of poetry, prose, music, and visual arts. It's Brain Candy number 71, Monday, August 18th at 7 p.m. Inside Green Brain Comics. You will see for free the music from Vampire Cowgirl, the prose of Tim Jones, poetry from Dustin Pearson, and the visual art of Amanda Mae Moore. It all happens at Brain Candy number 71, curated by the Emerging Writers Network, and presented every third Monday free of charge at Green Brain Comics. Monday, August 18th at 7 p.m. Hope you can make it. Mature audiences advised. And then join us Tuesday night at 6:30 right back here on YouTube for BRAINSCAN, our weekly live stream preview of New Comic Day. We'll show you all the books hitting the shelf, and so you can get ready for the biggest day of the week. New Comic Day. And this just in, Wednesday, September 3rd? Yes, Wednesday, September 3rd from 4 to 7. We are very proud for the return of Sean Peacock for an in-store signing to celebrate the debut of his new IDW one-shot, Blood Honey. This new one-shot drops that very day, Wednesday, September 3rd, and Sean will be there to celebrate with us from 4 to 7 p.m. Come on by, say hi to Sean, and check out his new book, Blood Honey. And that does do it for Final Order Report this week. That's almost every comic book on Last Call this weekend, and you've got until Monday at noon, August 18th, to order these items and many more. Please send and confirm items in your cart before the deadline. Thanks for joining me for the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All of the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are below in the description. Music for this episode provided by Brainstem Productions. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. In our 41st year. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth. Spreading across the globe at the speed of thought. Changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.